Hi everyone, it's Mads from Denim and Blether, and I'm here in Bathgate at the Dreadnought for a sold out show, and I'm going to be speaking to the King.
I tell you, we're in Bathgate, part of West Lothian. It's my hometown. We're all originally from West Lothian except Jay. He's got a funny accent because he's from Fife. Ken, like?
Aye, bro.
But this is a big show for us. It's the first time we've sold out on what I would class the home of rock. The Dreadnought is the oldest rock club in Scotland, oldest running rock club in Scotland, so this is something special. It really is. That's why we're all hyper today.
Now, some great bands have been coming out of Scotland. What do you guys make of the Scottish rock scene at the minute?
Yeah, it's brilliant just now actually, just lots of really good bands. It just seems to be bands just popping up everywhere, you know. Lots of bands from Glasgow, like our friends Mason Hill, Black King Cobra, Anchor Lane, some really great bands actually. Lots of new bands like Ikari, our friend Chris plays drums with, who's doing sound tonight, and Campbell's Wild, and just lots of great bands just seem to be coming out of the woodwork right now, and it's really exciting actually. I think there's a total resurgence of rock in Scotland, and it's great to be part of it.
How pleased are you with the final product of your new album?
Oh, very pleased. The reception's been incredible. Comments left, right and centre of how much people like it. Messages to individual members saying how much songs mean to them. People singing along at gigs. It's a great feeling. It's magic.
And what was the writing process?
The writing process starts with myself. What I basically do is I kind of write the parts of the songs, I demo them, and then I bring them in to the guys, and then I suppose we dissect it. So if you were to listen to what the original demos were, you'd probably find that they're ballads, then they turn into heavy metal songs. Not quite, but they're you know, I was listening to some of the original demos the other night, and I was like, this CD player's broke. You know, it needs to speed up a wee bit. It's amazing the difference in how you just get used to playing them, and so that's generally been the process for the first one. There's a story to how we did start, but certainly that all changed when Jay came in.
I think it has been described as melodic hard rock, and I think that's, you know, it has got a hard edge, definitely got a much harder edge with this album, and Teen Wolf coming in, so I think, you know, a melodic hard rock is probably the right description. I've played with Jay before, so that's why when we were looking for someone, we weren't very sure. There weren't a lot of people in the frame, and I just thought, you know, I know this guy, I think he could be the right guy. And funnily enough, quite bizarrely, Jason had seen him play online with Paul Gilbert at the Caves, and he said, well, I think that's the same guy I've seen. I said, well, I know him, I've played him before, I think he's totally ideal. And he's like, well, right, let's get him in. There was and it just happened really quickly. He came in, he'd learnt a couple of songs, and he got offered the job that night. That was it. Done.
And you guys have played with some big bands like Sons of Apollo. What do you feel that's taught you?
Well,
It's taught they eat a lot of pizza.
They do eat a lot of pizza.
The Indian takeaway. It's great.
That was something pretty cool. You know, that's not the first time, well, with Billy, Sheenan and so on being in, that wasn't the first time we've met them, because we had been invited to go to watch Mr. Big, and we met them there, so it was the second time meeting them, and then you've got your guys like Dan Reid, who have just been absolutely phenomenal since about 2015 to us. You know, we seem to play with him quite a lot. It's like somebody you bump in the street, even though he stays in Prague, you know. We can't get rid of him. But these guys have been absolutely phenomenal. And then 2015 was it? Love Hate?
Yeah, Love Hate.
Oh, we played with Love Hate. I don't know if you've ever heard of Love Hate, but if you have it, you have. Sorry. How good? First two albums. No, it's even better than that. Big fan. So getting the opportunity to play with these bands. Now, for me, that they were huge bands in the 89, 90, 91, where it was just the best times of a classic, you know. But you know, there's an unbelievable scene. Going back to your earlier question, what you were mentioning, all these bands. There's something happening right now. And it's just amazing to be part of it and be having a sold out show at the Dreadnought. Did we mention that? Oh, it's true.
Pretty good, considering, as we said earlier, we are competing with a couple of other shows tonight who are totally in our genre, and probably we share fans with both of those bands, so it's really quite really cool thing that we managed to sell out when we're competing with other great shows that are on tonight. So,
Now, Chris, a lot of people will know that you were taken ill recently. How are you doing now?
yeah, it's funny actually, something you just mentioned there. I'm doing okay now. I'm doing okay.
His heart's not on fire anymore.
I've been taking it easy. And I've had the all clear from the doctor really. I'm going to go for a scan this week, but my own GP thinks it's not something that's going to recur again. He thinks it's been a one-off thing, brought on by a few different factors, stress, dehydration, it was heatwave conditions down there.
No drugs or no rock and roll, no drug, sex or rock and roll.
No,
Too much coffee and.
I know, we're so on rock and roll. We come off stage and get a cup of tea, don't we?
What was really cool, and just as you're mentioning that there, I got a personal message from Dan Reid asking after me, saying, you know, get well messages from him, and Giuliano Gizzi from Gun, just guys who I really admire, which is really quite a cool thing to get well messages from those sorts of guys. I suppose you're in those sorts of circles now, but for me, as a fan of those bands and a fan of music, it was really quite an amazing thing to get messages from guys who I really admire.
And what is coming up next for the band?
Many things, absolutely. We've got tons. Well, first of all, we've got another sellout show tomorrow. Did I mention that the Dreadnought sold out tonight? We're down to Morecambe tomorrow, where we're playing with who are we playing with tomorrow? Massive Wagons, Mason Hill,
Tequila Mockingbird.
This is going to be a great gig. We're looking really forward to that, and we've got lots of other kind of dates between now and the end of the year. And it's nice to say that 2019's diary's starting to fill up, so bring it on.
Yeah, we've got quite a few festivals and things booked for next year already. A couple of headline show as well, which is going to be really cool. So yeah, it's filling up, and
obviously Jay will be getting more guitars at some point, I would imagine.
Probably.
Well, thank you so much for chatting. Make sure you check out the King Lot and come back to Denim and Blether for more. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.